Hi, I'm Kit, and I'm going to do a commentary on Hancock. I'm going to watch the whole movie and I'll be talking about it as it plays. Uh, for copyright reasons, I will not be showing any of the audio or video, so it's just me talking. Okay, so let me talk a few minutes first about Hancock. Hancock is a 2008 movie starring Will Smith and Charlize Theron. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. One of my top four, the others being Chronicle, Unbreakable, and Kick-Ass. Now, what these movies have in common is that they have a very clear but unique question that they ask about superheroes. And it's not just about someone having superpowers and fighting bad guys. For example, Kick-Ass is about what happens if a superhero doesn't have superpowers or super gadgets like Batman. And the answer to that is that he gets killed unless he's rescued by cold-blooded and ruthless vigilantes. And he actually becomes one of them in the end. You don't notice it because it's done so entertainingly and so in such a non-preachy way. But actually, if you notice that Kick-Ass's character arc is that he becomes like Big Daddy and Hit Girl. He becomes a cold-blooded vigilante, and he gives up using non-lethal weapons. So similarly, Hancock, well, on the surface, Hancock's question is, what if a superhero didn't want to be a superhero? But deeper than that, it's actually talking about a superhero being a sovereign. A sovereign meaning that something that's so powerful that he's not answerable to anybody. And traditionally, sovereigns are countries. And there's nothing more powerful than a country, even though like nominally the United Nations might be considered one, but actually practically it's not. So countries are not answerable to a higher, more powerful body, except peers, other sovereigns. So it's the other sovereigns that keep a sovereign in check. So a superhero, a real superhero, someone who's like unkillable and unstoppable, he is a sovereign because you cannot enforce laws on him. And that's what this movie shows, but also it does so in such an entertaining and non-preachy way that you don't realize that that's actually what it's exploring. And this is 2008. So now TV series like The Boys, which I haven't watched, heard a lot about. They also do explore this. So did Batman versus Superman, but they did that in a very preachy and a very direct way. And because of that, it's actually less effective. Now, another interesting thing about Hancock is that it was directed by Peter Berg, who at that time I thought was going to like be Michael Mann's protege and kind of like a takeover from Michael Mann. Because before that, just 1 year in 2007, the movie The Kingdom came out, directed by Peter Berg. a very good action thriller, and that was produced by Michael Mann, and it had a very Michael Mann feel. And Hancock doesn't feel like a Michael Mann movie, but well, at least it was it was a bit related. But then Peter Berg went off the rails a bit. He did A Lone Survivor, which a lot of people liked. I didn't, even though I normally like all these kind of like military movies. And he did a few other things that really, okay, he's not Michael Mann's successor after all. And okay, a bit of background. The two writers credited Vincent Ngo and Vince Gilligan, and it's actually based on a script by Vincent Ngo, NGO. He's a Vietnamese American, called Tonight He Comes, and it's famous in Hollywood, or it was famous in Hollywood, for being a very good but very dark script that was unfilmable. That because it was so dark, no one would produce it. And yeah, the core of it is that superhero as a sovereign power, and it's almost a totally different story, but the basic idea is there. And in there, Hancock is really a lot worse. They cleaned him up, they Hollywoodized him a lot for this final version, presumably done by the second credited writer, Vince Gilligan. Yes, the guy behind Breaking Bad. So it's no wonder that it came out so well. And before that, Vince Gilligan also produced X-Files. So wow, I mean, that's talent. And if you're interested, you should still be able to find a copy of Vincent Ngo's script, Tonight He Comes, somewhere on the internet. Just search for it. But be warned that there's one version where there's one page missing very near the end in a very critical scene. So you'll just have to put up with it. That if that's the only copy that you manage to get. Okay, so I'll be watching this on Netflix. So I think there's only I think I think there are a few versions of Hancock. There's one where he's with this girl in the trailer, and there's some really juvenile humor there. I don't know if this is the one with that in, or whether that scene's been cut out. This is the Netflix version, 1 hour 32 minutes, so 92 minutes, which is a good length, but it's a bit below average by today's standards. Today's Hollywood movies are about average 100 plus minutes. So anyway, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, Columbia Pictures. The Columbia Pictures lady holding up the thing. It's actually a real woman. They actually photographed a real woman. Overbrook Entertainment, no idea. Yeah, so all these are the studios, the production studios. They put in money into it. Reed Road Pictures, no idea. No. Blue Light, so many studios. Columbia Pictures presents, okay. Relativity Media, sounds familiar, okay. Nice. You start out with some action, and The three bad guys here, I think, are supposed to be Vietnamese American, and I think this is a nod to Vincent Ngo. They are shooting. I think these are Uzis. If you're really interested, you can look up the Internet Movie Firearms Internet Firearms Database. They should list. They are very detailed. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's an Ingram. Oh, sorry, not Ingram. Uzi. One thing you'll notice is that the cuts are very fast, but we're used to it nowadays, so we don't notice. But the shot length is average is about what, 3-4 seconds, which is something that you see in movies, but no other media. You don't see this in books, right? You don't have like these quick cuts in scenes in movies. Oh, the kid is good. The little kid is good. This is a very good character introduction. People calling Hancock asshole, it's a running joke, and it continues throughout the movie, including up to the oh, he gooses this lady. Oh, I don't remember that one. Yeah, so the asshole thing, it even continues up until the epilogue at the end of the movie. So wow, I mean, look into the introduction, right? He's drunk. He's rude to little kids. He's rude to women. He flies while drunk. He spits. And property damage. Causing police cars to crash. I mean, this is. And the thing is, they make it look so funny, so interesting, right? So you don't realize that this is exposition. Or the head going up the ass, you think he's joking, but then later on in the prison, he really does it. So not only is this foreshadowing. I mean, if he just did that in the prison later, you would think, okay. But because this is foreshadowed, it was even funnier, and because you don't believe him now, they realize, oh no, he's serious. He really does do that. Yeah, so we're not Japanese. This is to, I think, really imply that they are Vietnamese. The tribute to Vincent Ngo, who unfortunately doesn't have any produced scripts after this. A lot of shaky cam. Michael Mann doesn't do shaky cam, he does handheld. but I'm seeing a lot of shaky cam here. And the telephoto, you get this a bit of cinematic look. One easy way is, yeah, just put a telephoto lens, let's say 85 millimeter equivalent or above. Yeah, you get this compressed, unusual look. And say, oh, shaky cam, shaky cam. I don't like shaky cam. So, another character introduction. One or 2% of net cash, that's a lot. The all heart symbol, it looks like purposely done to look not professional. If you read the Jurassic Park book by Michael Crichton, not the movie, the novel in which it is based, there's this part where they say that the reason why they created the park was genetic technology had progressed so much that they knew that they could do something with it. The question is what? So if you create a life-saving drug with it, you'll be pressured to give it away for free, right? Otherwise, people will die. Poor people will die. So why would you do that? And that's why they decided to use genetic engineering for entertainment, a dinosaur park, because nobody would argue that you have to give entertainment for free to the poor. That's a very good argument. That's a very pro-capitalist argument. It's a good character introduction because it's funny, it's informative, but it's not very realistic. I mean, at that level, from the looks of it, the size and wealth of that corporation, how did he get the chance to pitch to them with that really goofy looking handmade all heart logo? The car, the pickup jamming him up is a Dodge. I don't know whether Ford paid to have the competitor there. Uh, Stopping a train like that would cause a lot more damage. The cars behind would derail. Well, but again, the thing is, what this movie does very well is it makes all this so entertaining, right? When it with getting its plot points across, It's just so fun. Oh, okay. You do see oh, okay, okay. My mistake. They do get derailed, but it's a cargo truck. Which I mean a cargo train, which most U.S. trains are. So yeah, no, it's not a passenger train. So no fatalities. This might be ADR or the crowd, but it's done so well that I can't tell. Additional dialogue recording, recorded later in the studio. I'm guessing Hancock and Jason Bateman. I think it's recorded on set, on location. I'm guessing the crowd is done ADR. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Okay, so this is the inciting incident, and we are in 12 minutes. This is fast for Hollywood standards. Okay, for this one, okay, I assume you've watched this already, right? I mean, why else would you be listening to me? uh, but okay, now we know that Charlize Theron actually knows who he is. So when you watch it the second time, it means something totally different. I mean, all her reactions, her performance, it's beautiful. If you, when you realize, when you watch her, look at her when she sees Hancock. When I see someone with a beanie now, I think of Tim Pool. So yeah, look at Charlize Theron. She really does not want him there, and you think that it's because on first sight she just doesn't like him. Okay, watch this. Watch this. The camera spins around her. This is an emphasis. This is cinematic language. They are highlighting her reaction right there. And I actually noticed it. I wasn't too experienced analyzing movies, and when I watched it, it, it stuck out at me. Oh, look at a look at Hancock. Yeah, at first you think that it's because he's such a slob the way he eats, but you realize later that it's not. Yeah, Michelle is French. Uh, you, this is 2008, right? So around this time, the Americans were still a bit sore at the French for not supporting them, or actually actively opposing them when they invaded Iraq. So I think this is Hollywood's way of like pandering to rid America. But okay, to be fair, Peter Berg does seem a bit patriotic and pro-military from the movies that he's made. Yeah, Charlize Theron, when she's talking about destruction and blood, she's talking about her past with Hancock. It's a bit too convenient, but it works. Um, a superhero who has bad PR just happens to save a PR guy. But yeah, it's okay. It works. Nice detail. Hancock doesn't want his business card, so he's trying to slide it into his clothes. Oh, it's a nice detail. Vince Gilligan. Not chasing windmills. It's tilting at windmills. It's Don Quixote. I don't even know the guy. Yeah, right. Ooh, creepy. He's listening in on them. Why would he be there on their roof? That's a bit strange. Don't remember that part. Oh yes, it does have him in the trailer. Nice mood music. I like movies with this kind of like really atmospheric music. It really helps suck you into the movie, and it also makes it easy to to feel the mood of the movie through repeated viewings. Oh, what's he looking at? What's that? Is there a newspaper clipping from when he was found? Look at the shaky cam. Look at the shaky cam. Uh, yeah, I think they cut out the part with him and the girl in the trailer. Asshole running gag again. I think he said petite asshole, small asshole. Uh, I I think the acceleration might kill him. That assault, child abuse. But hey, he's a sovereign power, right? Uh, Even if you catch him, the deceleration would would cause a lot of damage. Right, you see in movies, as long as you can catch the guy, he's saved. No, no, you still need a distance to properly decelerate. Oh, he's a petty liar too. Okay. Hey, I think I have dark glasses like that. This is the same type. Cocoons? Is he wearing cocoons? Oh, this is good exposition, but it's funny. Hancock on YouTube, is it? Now, if they had shown this at the start to explain who he was, it would look a bit strange. Uh, but we are already kind of like involved with the character. So now with this additional information, it doesn't feel like really bad exposition. It's a nice touch, the whale hitting the ship, the boat. For special effects, you want interaction. You want to show your special effects objects like interacting with other things to make it feel more real. No, no, notice that Jason Bateman is the only guy that he allows to call him an asshole. Uh, it's funny, homo. It's funny. I'm not sure they would have if they made this movie now in 2020. They might have cut that part. uh, very convenient. Switch on the TV and it just happens to be talking about him. But it's okay. I mean, it's we accept it, and it's shorthand. It saves time. It's not the U.S. Constitution. It's the police force that needs to enforce the law. The 10th Amendment means that most of these laws that he broke, those are probably local laws, state laws, not federal laws. So stronger than the U.S. Constitution. Come on. Look at how worried Charlize Theron is, because she still cares about him. About Hancock going into jail. It's so nice the way he reads out his statement. He does it like he's really reading. He doesn't really mean it. He's just reading from a script. Yeah, again, look at Charlize Theron. Look at the way she's reacting. You really realize that it means something else when you realize that she knew him from a long time ago. And clever, right? He doesn't answer any questions. Go out, read your statement. That's it. Don't get into trouble. Yeah, don't answer any questions from the press. Why is he the only one wearing orange? But come on, don't they know who he is, what he's capable of? Why would he? If he put them into jail, they would know how tough he is, right? Sorry about my alarm clock there. Excuse me, please. This is good dialogue. Vince Gilligan. So you think he's joking again here, right? An empty threat, because that's what happened with the Vietnamese, right? And you look at the reaction; they don't really show it, except for I think a bit. But you look at the reaction of the people. Again, it's funny, right? So I mean, no matter what they do, they make it funny, and that counts for a lot. Oh, it's so cute. He's just taking his fingernail to show how much power he has. Just his fingernail to cut open the glass. Okay, so seriously, this is the part that shows he's a sovereign power. The police cannot stop him. Right? He's a superhero who doesn't want to be a superhero because he's driven by instinct. He's driven to do it, even though he doesn't like it. This kind of therapy session is very American. I'm not sure how prevalent it is in other countries. Shaky cam, shaky cam. Telephoto shaky cam. Good use of intercutting between Jason Bateman telling him how to do good PR and the therapy session. Again, this is something that works well in movies. You don't really do this in a novel. So there's foreshadowing, right? The basketball, because that will play a role in a minor scene later. Trying to get him to say good. So this kind of details, they even make this into a little joke. This is seriously one of Will Smith's best roles. Around this time also he did I Am Legend, which I also loved. I was thinking, wow, he is like really, if he continues making movies like this, but he didn't. So yeah, so is she visiting really because her son, her stepson, wanted to see Hancock, or is it because she wanted to see Hancock? Look at the way she looks at him. She's like so lost. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So she came to deliver a message. Don't let her husband down. Oh, it's a beautiful tune here. On guitar. I think they played at the end in the hospital. Oh, I should have mentioned I haven't watched this for quite a while. I saw it maybe 3 times in the theater. I bought the DVD, but that was a long time ago. I don't think I even have a functional DVD player now, so yeah, I can't really watch my DVDs. It's a nice touch, and it's fitting because like his All Heart logo looks like really amateur. So the superhero suit that he designed for Hancock, it also looks really homemade, really amateur. Okay, remember they were foreshadowing the basketball, so it's for this, right? The basketball goes out of the prison yard, and he jumps out to take it. So if they just showed this without the previous ones, uh, it would seem a bit unnatural, a bit forced. But since they showed it before him playing basketball naturally, and you see, you watch this emphasis now, right? The camera goes around him, I think. Does it? Yep. See this emphasis again. Similar to what they did with Charlize Theron outside the house when she first met him. But it doesn't spin around that much. It's kind of behind. Yeah, okay. It's a bit of an emphasis. Slightly fancy camera work. So they built it up also again, right? He keeps on saying pass, pass. I can't remember. Does he say anything now? Oh, he does say something, just a little bit. So this is like almost the midpoint, and for your save the cat story structure, the midpoint, there's usually something important happening. So this is it. He gets out of jail. This is when he starts turning a new leaf. And he's shaving with his fingernails. This is also a bit of foreshadowing. Later, when he trims the metal disc, he uses to chop off the bank robber's hand. If you want, you should hide behind the engine of the car, because most other parts of the car will not will not stop bullets. That's the difference between cover and concealment. Cover means you're protected from bullets. Concealment just means that the shooter can't see you, but if he shoots, it'll go through and hit you. Nice detail. The SWAT team just staring at him. I don't know. It adds a lot. 50 caliber is overkill. There's no reason for them to have a 50 caliber. It's just so heavy, it'll just slow them down. What, is shooting tracer rounds? I don't think so. Very nicely done, right? He's just walking casually. Everybody is ducking. Very nicely put together. Yeah, he's deflecting the grenade. You've got grenade launchers. Come on. And this is before Me Too. I don't see any 50 caliber. They have to make the bad guy look geeky by giving him glasses. Uh, that's way overkill. Also, doesn't look like C4. It looks like dynamite, and there's way too much dynamite to kill people. You put so much, you're just endangering yourself. So they were so inept that they couldn't break open the safe. Now they need him to break in for them. They got surrounded by police. He's not a good criminal mastermind. Asshole. It's really clever the way they integrated it into so many different scenes. And you slowly see him make and sharpen the metal thing. And you don't really know what he's doing. Nice detail. And then they cut. Oh, but it wasn't the PR thing, right? It's just that the people are cheering him now because he did good. He didn't cause too much damage. So did all the PR training really make a difference? Oh, oh, okay. He's not wearing cocoons. He's not wearing my brand of dark glasses. I don't know whether those are real admin or not. Backstory. See how smoothly they slip into exposition. Look at Charlize Theron because reacting to him talking about his past because she's part of his past. Look at that, she remembers the movie tickets. Nobody was there to claim him. Look at Charlize Theron. Because she's the one who didn't claim him. So really, the second viewing, you see this a lot differently. Foreshadowing. She knows that when they're together, they weaken each other. I forgot about this part. I didn't notice this earlier. So yeah, this is the kind of thing you don't notice, but you watch the second time, you realize. It's funny, right? Taking the eggs out of the fridge in the driveway. Details. They've got so many cute little details. I mean, you can. How long did it take them to really think up these cute little things? So much time and imagination. She's pretending she can't open the bottle. I mean, would you have thought of that if you were writing this script? Would you have thought of her pretending she wasn't strong enough to open the bottle? When he gets really surprised. Right? They're talking in code to each other. It's like a cartoon. This like Bugs Bunny. Really like a cartoon. I think this is the first time I heard use your words. I haven't heard anybody hear it before. It took me a while to figure out who these guys are. So it's the bank robber and the guy who he shoved somebody's yeah. The two guys at the side are the two guys where he met when he first entered the prison. She's got mascara around her eyes now, making her look more evil. What's she looking at? She's looking around the trailer. What, for clues? He's she's just curious about him. I wouldn't trust her if I were him. Yeah, now he doesn't trust them. It's still, even though Peter Berg seems a bit right wing, it's still Hollywood woman power. She's stronger than him. Yeah, right. 3,000 years. Finally, she's happy. For how long? 50, 100 years? And then uh, Jason Bateman and the kid will die. A nice touch. His trigger is asshole, hers is crazy lady. And she seems to be controlling the weather too. Why is he fighting her? What does he think he's going to accomplish? It's not just a goofy looking all heart symbol. The way he puts it on all those landmark buildings also looks really goofy. The convenience shop robbery. Again, a very nicely done, right? They want to show that he's losing his power. He's now getting more vulnerable because he's been with Charlize Theron for too long. They weaken each other. And that's the purpose of the scene. And it's done so well that you might not realize that that's what they're doing. And some product placement coming up. It's because Reese's Pieces, I think, with the ET, because ET was eating them. So that really boosted its sales. So Zagnut Bar product placement, but I don't know. I don't know if it helped their sales much. Oops, he's feeling woozy. He's feeling weak. Because he's bleeding. Okay, so this is the third act. So the third act comes in about 20 plus minutes long until the end, which is your standard would be about 30 minutes. For a 90-minute movie, you would expect the third act to be about 30 minutes long, but this one is 20 plus, still okay. Why is she in the hospital if she knows that when the two of them are close together, both of them are weakened? So why are you there? Oh, Guy with the hook hand. It's a bit like Highlander. The prize is to become mortal and then die. I don't think so. If she's more powerful than him, why does she need him to save her? I thought I thought they were unkillable. Frankenstein, the movie, probably has some significance to either Vince Gilligan or Peter Berg. Unless Frankenstein is referring to him. There are normally two reasons why a movie is mentioned in a movie. Either it means something to the story, to the character, or it's just the director's or the writer's favorite, some kind of personal connection with them. Look at Jason Bateman making that face when he sees her with Hancock. Details. Why just keep one alive? Why not the others? Okay, the thing about this one that doesn't make sense is he's been a superhero for 80 years, known to the world. Why haven't the governments tried to find out his secret? Stay on the floor. Oh, they're connected. When he hurts, she hurts. I didn't remember this part. They like having the good guys throw the bad guys because uh, the good guy is not hitting the bad guys, right? He's not the violent kind. It's when the bad guys land, it's the ground that's hitting the bad guys. Why is the bad guy slowly taking shot by shot? He should empty the whole gun into him, into his head. Classic bad guy mistake. Talking too much. Just kill him. If I had axe, I would just whack his body. I wouldn't trust my aim to to hit his hand. I wonder if on the set they really showed the kid Will Smith on the floor like that. Might be too traumatic. You can't really tell. They could have shot the kid without Will Smith in the room. And this is the best scene in the whole movie. This gives me the chills. It's not just him getting up again. Right, the way it's done, he's stumbling. He's weak, but... Oh, out of focus. Did they do that on purpose? It's beautiful, the shot there, right? He's walking, two of them there, and he throws himself out the window. I mean... That's really, I don't know, dramatic, heroic. This part, this part gets me. Respect, Vince Gilligan. Everything fits so nicely together, the editing, the music. The 1 month later, the technical term for it is the title card. If you're writing a script, you put the title card 1 month later. You see how well they integrated the all heart logo thing throughout the whole movie. It wasn't just a one-off thing. They just used it, made use of it throughout. Where did he get so much paint from? That's a huge area. You cannot get a real moon in the shot like that. It will be this cut. The moon would be a lot slower. You need a real super telephoto to get to get the moon that small. Even that, when he's diving down the building, right, the camera goes around him. Nice touch. They didn't just have him dive off. They had to get fancy with the camera, and it worked. It was a beautiful shot. Peter Berg, Vince Gilligan, Akiva Goldsman, and Michael Mann. Oh my god! See, seriously, I thought Peter Berg was going to be Michael Mann's protege. This is produced by Michael Mann. I didn't know that. John Dykstra, special effects. Okay, this is the epilogue. Or you would call this a what, post-credit scene? I think John Dykstra worked on the first Star Wars. He was the lead special effects guy. Without the closed captions, I wouldn't have realized that he said hand the job instead of Hancock. It's a nice ending, right? The asshole shows he didn't really change. And you don't have to show him doing anything, you know what he's gonna do. A film by Peter Berg, I don't like that. That's he's taking this auteur theory. You say a film by Peter Berg, he's saying that I'm the creator of the whole movie. All the other people working on it, they don't matter. I don't like that. You might do that if you're a writer, director. Even then, I think you're seeing everyone else, the director of photography, the editor, even all the small technical roles, they're not important. I made this movie. But he didn't even write this. Come on. So first assistant director, he's the guy who's actually running the set. Second unit director, stunt coordinator. Huh. So the second unit director is also the stunt coordinator. Okay, script supervisor, you should look it up. It's actually quite an interesting technical role. Okay, 2 cameras. They had a maximum of 2 cameras. Key grip, dolly grip. Dolly is the. Wait a minute, why would they need a dolly? A lot of all the shaky cam is handheld. The dolly is the thing on tracks where you push to move the camera. Greens is what it sounds like. Any plants on set, that's done by the greens guys. Still photographer. Hey, yeah, that's the job I want. Still photographer on a movie set. A stand-in for Mr. Smith. So a stand-in just stands on the set so that the director of photography can get the lighting right. So you need somebody who looks like Will Smith, about the same height, same complexion. Second unit. Second unit is doing all the shots without the actors, especially the lead actors inside. So Foley, those are the sound effects. ADR mixer, yeah, they do have additional dialogue recording. So a strange thing about these slightly older movies now is like you don't see that many special effects people involved, or do you? I mean, if you look at the movies today, 2020, you will see just a whole. Oh, okay, you do see, but not that many. You see, the special effects animators, only a few dozen. You see a lot more now. Compositors, compositing is when they add the different elements of the special effects together, background, actors, and the different, and the cars and stuff. Oh, matte painters. Matte is actually the old style special effects, but I guess these are digital matte. Data wrangler, VFX data wrangler. He's just the IT guy, taking care of all the files. Film recording. Oh, film recording technician. They use film. Huh. Software engineers. It's like they need to do some custom programming, I guess. Image works. Additional visual effects by Luma Pictures. There's so many special effects companies now. A lot of them went to bust. I don't know if these guys are still around. Additional visual effects by Yanix, Furious FX, Eden FX. Facial capture. Oh, so that's how they did it. The things with him flying, like at the bank robbery when he jumped down, that was a nice shot. So yeah, they captured his face and they put him on the on the computer generated guy there. So okay, this is the end of the credits now, but they're showing all the songs, which I don't really recognize. Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. I know that song. I didn't hear it. Sometimes you just play like 5-10 seconds of the song and then it's in the credits. Capitol Records building. That's where at the start where he spiked the car on top of the round building. That's the Capitol Records building. Human Association monitored. Okay. Columbia Pictures. Sony Pictures. Okay, that's the end. Thank you for watching with me.